Hello and welcome to the 5th of July. We have already driven into town. It is, what time is it? 8:30 a.m. We have driven into town to pick up the U-Haul van that we're going to use to move today. And my job is to just drive this back home, and then I need to get gas in it. But also, I want to find something to eat, and we haven't done groceries yet, which we usually don't do groceries until on Sunday. We put in an order on Saturday night and pick them up on Sunday. So I do have one more of the breakfast things that I made earlier in the week, the ground turkey and egg mixture that I made, and so I have that available to eat. And I'm in this weird kind of hungry, not hungry state. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Right now, I'm definitely just going to go home. I have already told myself that I am not buying a breakfast pizza from where I'm going to fill up with gas. That's the place that has the breakfast pizza. So I'm not going to get a breakfast pizza because I already had one this week. What I have not done is I have not had breakfast at Burger King this week. So now I'm kind of fighting with myself about whether I want to drive through and get a little croissant sandwich. The problem is that I never think that one of them is enough, so I always want to get two. And then I sometimes even convince myself that I should get a third one. And that is what I'm trying to avoid. But listen, those of you that do not have food issues, just the amount of time that I spend thinking about food in some kind of way and almost negotiating with myself, like, what can I eat that I know will taste good to me, that I want to eat, but that I will not then spend the rest of the day feeling guilty that I ate it. Just all of that cycle of food and what I can eat that's not going to mess up my stomach, or that I can then not feel bad about the whole rest of the day. It's just ridiculous. And then there comes a point where I'm like, I'm done. Like, I cannot make another decision because I spend so much time making these little micro decisions in my head that have to do with food, that when it comes to making food decisions later in the day, my choices get worse and worse and worse because I just have decision fatigue. I have been fighting with myself all day. So by the time it gets to the end of the day, I'm like, I'm finished. And because I've been in this conflict all day long, I just feel awful about myself because I feel like I have been in conflict with myself all day about everything. And so I don't know the answer, clearly, because this is where I tend to live my life, in this weird, like, I don't know the answer. And what I really want is some chicken, which is weird. Like, if I could just magically make food appear right here, I would just get a chicken strip and be like, I would like a chicken strip. But I know if I go somewhere that sells chicken strips, I'm then going to have to fight myself for how many of them I should buy and how many of them, like, how many can I eat? I can probably eat like 6 chicken strips. But then am I going to feel miserable after it's over? Are they going to taste the way I want them to taste? Like, there's so many things. If I eat too much and I get too full, then in addition to the fullness that I feel, I also feel horrible. Like, well, of course you can't make good food decisions, and of course you're going to choose the bad thing or the worst thing for you, and you're probably going to die soon, and like all of these things because I ate 6 chicken strips instead of just 2 or 3. So I have not eaten anything, which is what happens a lot of times as well, because I'm so indecisive and I fight with myself so much about what I'm going to eat and what's the best thing to eat and what's going to make me not beat myself up, that I end up not eating anything for a while. And then by the time I do eat something, I'm so hungry that it is literally like, hand me whatever is here, and I always make the worst decisions. So anyway, way to start the day off with a nice food discussion about my eating habits. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go home, and I'm probably not going to eat anything for this first trip that we're going to make to take the stuff. We have the U-Haul for only one trip. I didn't realize that when you rented a U-Haul, you also had to pay per mile that you drive the U-Haul. So we live almost 20 miles from where our son is moving. So my husband estimated that we were going to go about 50 miles. But that means one trip out here to our house and one trip back to town with the U-Haul and no more. So we're going to try to fit everything else in this car. We have 3 vehicles. One of them is a Jeep and won't hold much of anything. So we're not really taking the Jeep. We're going to take my vehicle and my son's car and get as much in there as we can. And then we'll drive it all into town. My other son has to go to work today. So he is going to stay home after we load the car, and I will come back and get him. I just got a notice that said, the vehicle's fuel level is low. Would you like to search for a nearby gas station? I'm going to the gas station right now, so I'm going to say no. But it says I have 22 miles till it goes empty. So, but I am like 6 miles from the gas station, so it's fine. But story time, and then I will tell y'all about my the book 11/22/63. Okay, one time when I was in college, I lived with my parents for 1 year. Well, the second year that I was in college, it doesn't matter. And I drove to the school, which was 30 miles away. And one time, my car broke down on the side of the road. And I called my daddy, because that's what I do every time I have a car problem. He is a mechanic. And so I called Daddy, and I was like, my car is broken down on the side of the road. And he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't know. It just stopped moving, stopped going. He said, did you run out of gas? And I was like, no. Because, listen, my daddy has some firm rules about gas. A quarter of a tank means empty in his book. So that is his rule. If it is at a quarter of a tank, you better fill it back up. Well, clearly I had not done that. But he said, did you run out of gas? And I was like, no, the needle is not down at the bottom. So he gets there, and he has a work truck that has everything on it, from all of his job. And he looks at some stuff, and then he goes, yeah, you ran out of gas. So thankfully, because he had the work truck, he had gas in the truck. So he just was able to give me some gas to get me to a gas station. But yeah, after all the lectures about do not let your gas get too low, he was like, I can't believe you ran out of gas. Anyway, he made fun of me about it for a while. Okay, 11/22/63. This guy finds out that he can go back in time because his burger place that he likes to go to all the time the man there has been going back in time and buying hamburger meat and coming forward in time and selling it. So he makes a good profit because he buys the hamburger meat at 84 cents a pound, and then he comes here, or like 48 cents a pound, whatever. He's buying it very cheap in 1958, and then he comes here and sells it. So this is the coolest part about, time travel books always have different rules that they have about what works and what doesn't work and all this stuff. Every time they go back in time, everything that's been changed previously, so you could go back and change things in the past and come forward. But if you ever go back into the past again through that portal, it resets everything. So the dude that had been doing it, our mentor, we'll call him, he had gone back and reset something, and it worked. And he was like, oh, wow, this is great. So then he went back to do something else, and when he came back, it had undone what he did the first time. So what he did was just cause somebody to not be injured anymore, and our dude is about to go back and cause multiple people to not be killed. So it's not the JFK thing yet. This is for somebody else, that he wants to test it on somebody who would have died and now they're not dead, and what would have happened. So I cannot wait to see what happens if this guy actually saves JFK and what King thinks would have happened had that not happened. Because this guy is connecting connecting Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, to his brother Robert Kennedy, who was killed later because Robert was running for president, and to Martin Luther King Jr. being killed, and all the race riots and all of that stuff happening. So he is connecting a lot of stuff to a lot of stuff. So anyway, I can't wait to see what happens, but I'm going to continue listening, go get gas, and then we're going to start loading up the U-Haul with some furniture to move. Okay, I'm home. I did go in the store. I got a Coke Zero, and I got a 1 bar. I technically got 2 1 bars. I've already eaten one. So, I don't know. You know what? I didn't get breakfast pizza. So, I made a better choice today than what I wanted to make. And we're starting out 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm already mad at myself about food. So, the day is just going to get better from here, I'm sure. Okay, well, I don't know if it was the coffee or the 1 bar, but something is not being nice to my stomach this morning. I'm going to assume also that it could have been my dinner last night, which consisted of one of those snack bags of red Doritos and a 1 bar. So maybe eating that and then not eating anything for over 12 hours and then drinking the coffee with the sugar-free creamer and the 1 bar. Anyway, something. My stomach said no thank you. So I still feel yucky, and both now mentally and physically, but we're moving out the boy. So he has his clothes packed down here. He's got some boxes packed with some other stuff down here, and then there's furniture. They've actually gone over to the storage unit now to pack all of the furniture in that we were keeping in the storage unit, and then we'll come back and pack the rest of the furniture, and then we'll get ready to go. So I'm going to just keep reading 11/22/63, and maybe I'll go check comments because comments always make me happy. So if you're watching this, you can leave me a comment. Is there a stomach emoji? Just to say you're sorry that my stomach feels like this, even though it's clearly my fault based on something that I ate. Okay, hopefully I'm out of the way enough. So I wanted to go ahead and pick my next project. Not that I'm going to have a lot of time to crochet today. We are actively loading the truck with the furniture and stuff. And I said, I need to go inside really quickly and film something. So I was thinking maybe we do something for a baby next. Django, why are you whining? So I have these 2 that are both really soft for baby stuff. And this one I have 2 skeins of, and this one I have 3. I have 3 of them. So I'm going to just look up some stuff and see if I can find a project that I want to do. I kind of want to do this one because I've already done something with this one. So let me see what I can find. Okay, so when I put my parameters in of how much I have, 3 of these, it gave me these there's a granny square baby blanket that kind of repeats the same thing over and over. And then a blanket hiding throw pillow. I don't want to do a pillow. So it looks like we're going with this granny square baby blanket. Wow, that is a very intricate looking pattern. I mean, it makes a small blanket because it's for a baby. So hopefully if one of you wins it, you will have a baby in your life that you can give this blanket to. Or, you know what? It's going to be really soft and cuddly. You could keep it for yourself and nobody will care. So these are the different ones that they've made so far. It's all a big granny square. And they used 4 skeins and an L hook, 8 millimeters, which is what I got out the other day. I've only got 3. Oh, she said we have to go find the granny square. Okay, the link sent me to here, not to... Man, am I going to have to go... Okay, I'm going to have to do this again. Okay, so I found the pattern of how to start the square, and I'm just going to be doing it using this yarn, and I'm going to go 13 rounds, and that should be enough for the baby blanket. And then I'm going to put, so it'll be 13 of these corner rounds like this, and then I'm going to put a border around it, which is just a smaller stitch. So I think that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start this later today because, like I said, right now we're packing the car. So I'm going to go pack, after, unfortunately, I go to the bathroom again. Okay, this is how hot I am. I'm turning my air conditioner off for just a second because I'm burning up and I know you can't hear me. Anyway, oh my gosh. It is not hot. It's still 80 degrees outside. We just ordered Subway for lunch. So we're going back to the apartment to have some Subway. I got a club, and because I ordered a foot-long sandwich, I'm not having chips or anything else with it. So that was my compromise with myself, was that I could have a large sandwich, but no chips. And I'm sorry that this has turned into a discussion of what I eat during the day, but also, I know I was going to try to film a Sims video today, and I just can't. Like, I am already tired. I'm worn out. The last 3 nights, I have not gotten the 6.5 hours of sleep that I am shooting for. So I'm falling behind on getting sleep, or not falling behind. I'm just not doing a good job. I'm fogging up my glasses because I'm so hot. Okay, anyway, I'm turning my air conditioner back on, and we're gonna go eat the Subway, and then I'll show you what the apartment looks like. They have the cutest living room furniture in there. They got it really cheaply from someone who was moving. It's not the best quality, but it's so cute. Anyway, I'll show you all the things, and then, but not them, because I don't think they want me to show them, but I'll show you all the things. Okay, hold on. I'm turning it down to low. I'm not turning it off. We had our Subway, and I did not get any pictures of their apartment right now because they want to get everything unpacked and put away and all the things. So they're going to send me pictures, and if I get the pictures before I'm finished editing this, I will put them up here. If I don't get the pictures, then maybe they'll be in a future video, like tomorrow. So the 11/22/63 novel is very interesting. It's got me really wanting to talk about a lot of things to do with time travel and the way time travel works. So if you've read it, I want to know what you think about the way the reset happens and the way the time travel works and that kind of stuff. You can tell me in as vague a terms as possible what you thought about it. I'm still probably 15% of the way through with this book. Bye. So I have a lot more to go, but I want to know what you think about it. I'm going to get back to reading. We're taking the U-Haul truck back. There it goes, right there. We're taking it back, and then we've got to go home, take Wesley to work, and then I'm free the rest of the afternoon, and I'm going to try my best to rest. I will maybe work on my baby blanket and listen to this 11/22/63, and just, if I feel like taking a nap, I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to try to just listen to my body. The Subway was very good, but now I've had 2 of these already, and it's 1 o'clock. So not doing great on my no soda, or on my limited amount of soda, but I'm gonna go home and get me a big thing of water and not drink soda for at least the next few hours. I cannot guarantee what I'm gonna do later tonight, but that's my plan right now. So I'm pretty happy with my brain and where I am right now as far as decision making things and all of that. So we're just going to be happy that we're happy for a little while this afternoon, and not put a bunch of pressure on myself to go home and film and do all the things, because I have to work 7 hours tomorrow, a 7-hour shift at the library. So I'm not going to get to rest on Saturday. I'm going to be working. So I'm going to try to rest today, the rest of the day. Okay, I am, let's see, this tells me, y'all, that I've been wearing a hat, and you know how sweaty I was. So 25% of the way through with this book. Okay, I'm on page 210 this far into the book, so 25% of the way through, and it's taken me like half of the day. It's still only 3 o'clock, which is why Django's crying, because it's time for them to eat. But I really wanted to come on here and give you an update. I know, babe, just a second. And on my blanket, this is what it looks like so far. It's just going to be a giant square like this. I'm just repeating the same pattern over and over. So I think it's going to end up being cute, and it's very soft and comfy. So it's not going to be a super cover up with blanket, because it does have holes, like your toes will go through the holes. But it will be a nice blanket, especially for a baby to lay on and like play with. Or he says no thank you to waiting for me to finish. Anyway, so that has taken about half of this one, a little bit more than half. And so I still have 2 more of these that I haven't used at all. So I'm hoping that it'll be pretty big when I finish. The pattern said she used 4 of them, but I'm still hoping that after I use 3 of them, that it will be okay. So anyway, I am going to keep listening to my book. I'm going to go feed the dogs and then keep crocheting and listening. I'm not going to be able to crochet for much longer because the arthritis in my fingers is like, no, we are not pleased with this today. So I might switch to doing a little bit of puzzling later today, or I might try to take a nap. We'll just see what happens when I get in there in the recliner. You ready to eat? You ready to eat? Oh, yes. Yes, he is. Okay, so I have been reading. I am, there's 20 hours left. For some reason, it still says I'm 25% of the way through, but it's been saying that for a while. But I'm not going to move my thing yet. I'll move it tonight before I go to sleep. I did, however, do my 25 minutes on here, and I'm on page 137 in Arrows of the Queen. So I'm getting really close to 50% of the way through this one. Now, I got some mail today, and I had to show it to y'all. I got the whole series, Jade City, Jade War, Jade Legacy. Okay, first, this way. One of the things that I love, number one, they are all the same height. They're all paperback, but they are all like one single color. So Jade City, I counted it as my green because the whole thing is green. And then Jade War, I'm going to count as my red. I don't know why it looks orange on the camera, but it's red. So I'm going to count that as my red. And then this one, Jade Legacy, is all blue. So I'm going to count it for my blue. So we will see when I actually read the 2 and 3. But as of right now, this is what it looks like. I would like to read number 2 in August and read number 3 in September. However, August, I don't know what's going to happen in August because G over at Book Roast usually does our fall semester of Aurelium Academy in August, and she's pushing it back to September. So I don't know what August is going to look like because I was thinking I was going to go to Aurelium. So I don't know what else. I need a place where I'm going to put these also on my bookshelf is what I was trying to say. I got to figure out how I'm going to arrange them and put them up there. So that is all for the update. There's not really, I cannot update y'all on 11/22/63 unless you've read it. Except I can, I guess, a little bit say that the system of time travel, the way it's working is that it is every time you time travel, you restart things and reset things. So something that you changed one time when you went through, when you go back in, that's not going to be changed. I don't think. I think we're getting little hints that maybe some things do. And even this last time that Jack, is his name Jack? Jake has gone through there, it has been a little bit changed. Also, we've seen some of the kids from the book It. So if you haven't read It and you start reading this book, there's going to be just some jokes that you don't get. Like Richie's there, like the beep beep Richie is there, and Beverly is in there, and they talk about the things that happened with a clown, that some people saw the clown and some people didn't see a clown, and they talk about the little boy who got killed and next to the drain. So they definitely reference It a lot because this is happening like a year after It, or the fall after it happened in the summer. I can't remember exactly what year It happened, but anyway. So he's actually not even in Derry anymore. He's trying to head down to Dallas, and I don't know what he's going to do for the next 4 years while he hangs out and just waits for the assassination to take place. So anyway, that is where I am right now in that. And in the other one, she has started her official training and found out that they want her to be the Queen's own herald. So she's going to have to, number one, take care of the princess, who is an absolute brat, apparently. And so she's going to be in charge of her, which I think is funny. Anyway, I did another round on my blanket while I was reading. I did not take a nap. I just read. I read some more of 11/22/63, and I read Arrows. It's not even up there. And I read Arrows of the Queen. So that's it. It is 5:15 now, and I'm going to go in there and make me a sandwich, I think, is what I'm going to have for supper. And then I think I'm going to set up a game that I want to play in The Sims, like something that I want to film in the future of The Sims. And I think I might sit here and kind of brainstorm how I want that to look. And I need a name for it too. I think I'm going to call it Animals Everywhere. And we'll see. But it's going to be like an animal version of the 100 Baby Challenge, if you have any idea what that means. That's what I think I'm going to do. So if you watch my Sims channel and over here, I guess you just got a sneak peek of something that's coming up on the Sims channel. And that's it. I need to fill out Where Sleeping Girls Lie, because I just wrote the title in here. So maybe I'll do that after I get my food, and that's it. Okay, I'm waiting on my DNA results. If you're wondering why Ancestry's website is pulled up behind me, it says the results are in progress to be ready. My husband got his yesterday, even though we mailed them at exactly the same time. His was finished yesterday, and so I'm not bitter about it. It's fine. Anyway, let me hold it like this. I got something in the mail. I'm pretty sure this is from Hala. So when I went on Q's live stream and I saw that she had a book and she told me how to go get it, Hala was also on there. I have no idea what Hala's real name is. We're going to find out, I guess, when I open this book, because I'm assuming the author's name will be on it. But they were on her live stream, and I said, oh, let me go grab your book as well. So I did, and it just got here. At least that's what I think it is. So let's open it up. This is going to be my second book that I have gotten from an indie author. Okay. And it is H.H. Miller is Hala's name. Oh my gosh, there are so many things in the front of this. First of all, the thank you. And then look at the thing. It's the same as on the back of the package. Halo Moon Studios. Fantastic. So, Tower of Dogs is the name of this. Look how crumbly the face looks. Jane goes like, I'm sorry, can I get up here? Come on, babe. It's book 1 of the Idun trilogy. Idun? I don't know. Okay, let me see if I can pronounce the names in this one. I love it, though. This is definitely going to count as my white book. Very cool. Okay. After the great winter plagued Bhaskar, we're going to call it Bhaskar, the elemental Agi faded from existence. I'm already scared in the first sentence that I don't know how to say everything. Taking their natures with them. That nature is a capital N. As the cold darkness recedes, the Agi powers return, but the people are not ready. Those who are unable to control their innate abilities go berserk and threaten civilizations once again. Many run from their fate and the threat of others by escaping to the sanctuary of Idun. I-D-U-N. It's this thing, the Idun trilogy. Okay. Rome and Sparrow grew up in Soon, the last standing city outside of Idun. While fleeing the berserker threat, Rome sacrifices his chance to escape for Sparrow. She arrives in Idun alone and is forced to adapt to a new life as the ward of a prominent household. Meanwhile, Rome struggles to choose between his sister and his responsibility as part of the Fourth Brotherhood. His choice becomes even more important when another group threatens to change the way of life in Sun, and Rome finds himself at the center of it. If he can't learn to control the power growing within him, he could lose everything. And then the very bottom tagline says, nature has a way of coming back. Okay, so brother and sister. So in Q's book over here, Stephanie's book, The Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids, we have 3 sisters. And then in this one, we seem to have a brother and sister, Rome and Sparrow. So I am excited about this. I'm going to put it down here. This is going next on my list. Oh, and I love that it says book 1 right here, so that when I get multiple ones, they can go on my shelf and sit just like that with book 1, book 2, book 3, because it's a trilogy. Okay, it's over there. And now that I've shown you that, let's look at the bonuses. Halo Moon Studios, Gives a very cool bookmark. I love it. It's that crumbling face again of the thing. I got a little thank you, and then she wrote my name on it. It says Amanda. How cute. Oh, I got a postcard from Halo Moon Studios that has, I guess, a map. Yeah, because that's Baskar. That's at least how I was pronouncing it. It's got everything. It's got the fracture, it's called. And then there's the town of Sun, where everybody's coming. I love it. Oh, and then there's something in this little package right here. I bet it's stickers. It is stickers. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Wow. All right, let's look at these. It's a little fox drinking coffee and reading a book. Is that a fox? I think that's a fox. Then we have a sticker that just says book lovers. I love it. Oh my gosh. Is that a platypus? Is that a platypus reading a book? And I don't know what that is. Reading a book. Because I was going to say it's some kind of bird, but it definitely has a very long tail. But it looks like it has a beak. I don't know. Anyway, here is the card from Halo Moon Studios. Oh, it's Ferdinand, the Curious Conky. What? It's a conky. I have zero idea what that means. But here's all of them on this thing. So we do have Patch Fox is the fox and Puddles the purple platypus. Oh, it says it features mascots for Create-a-thon. Okay, so that is very, very cute. I love it so much. And then I have a card from Halo Moon Studios from H.H. Miller. Or Hala. I guess it's H-A-L-A-H, I think, on Discord and on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's how it's spelled. At least I hope it is, because that's a palindrome, and I love palindromes. So, anyway, I just wanted to open it and show y'all what was in here. I'm going to put the bookmark in the book. We'll see if there is a prologue in this book. Oh, there is a map in here. Beautiful. Chapter 1 says Rome. I'm wondering if the chapters are going to be by the point of views of the siblings only. That'll be interesting. Okay, now all my books are stacked up back there. I love it. I gotta not get so many books. I'm not gonna have anywhere to put them. I got rid of my bookshelves because I had too many books. Y'all, I keep refreshing this to see if the progress is going to say ready. And it doesn't. It just says in progress. So I have been working out my little idea about what I'm going to do in The Sims. And I've been asking for help from my Discord people. And I think I have it kind of figured out what I'm going to do about all the animals. And so I think I'm going to go do some more reading. Wesley wants to play another round of Legendary. This time we're going to be playing against Ego, who is a bad guy who eats planets. Like he is a planet. And he eats planets or something. I don't know. It just has to do with space. And he was like, you want to do one involving space? And I was like, sure. So I'm going to be playing with him. The other boy is moved out and at his apartment, I guess, because he's not here. And so that's it. I'll check back in and give you an official update on where I am in 11/22/63 and what I have gotten read since my last check-in. Well, good morning, but I forgot to close yesterday's vlog. So, bye. I'll see you today.